the girls that's here for the truth, come put both hands on a DJ booth, then wind your waist to the big man sound. And I get too stiff cause the thing's too round. Good God, make me lift up your gown, but your face so sweet, wanna spin you around. If I go late gang, I'll bring you around. If I go to the bar, I'll bring you around. Which one? Which one? You're not like the things you're around. You're a real good girl, so I'm bringing you down. But come to the bed, I'll fling you around. What? These guys can't make songs for the...
A different kind of episode for Daily Decisions this week, my people. Listen, me and Ria were sitting down and we were saying to ourselves, we could record a normal ep, or we could acknowledge the fact. Bloopers, you lot just saw my umbrella blatantly get caught on a tree. But anyway, here we are. We could do a different kind of episode. Because we thought to ourselves, wait a second, we're going to be at UK Black Business Week this week. Which means we're going to be at UK Black Business Show on Saturday. Which means we have an opportunity. By the way, you know my umbrella's up and I don't actually think it's raining anymore. So I actually don't have a reason to have my umbrella up like this. So I really should put it down. What do you not think? Should I do that? Let me do that now. And we are back, no umbrella. So we thought to ourselves, why don't we do a little something different? Why don't we find out about the decisions that the people that we know or we're meeting, we admire, we respect, we appreciate, what decisions are they making day in and day out as it results to moving themselves forwards in their careers, in their businesses, in their lives, and share that with you, our beloved 7PK tribe, because we know that actually, whilst we like to think we know some stuff, we're wise, we're knowledgeable, all of that, truth is, we're going to learn more when we tap into the knowledge and experiences of others. So you see this episode? Get your notepad and pen out. Hey! Because people were kicking game, fam. I'm talking to, we were talking to people who are in significant positions within some of the top companies in this country, in the world even. We talked to some people who are absolutely destroying it over in America. We talked to some people who are business owners and have been able to build completely from scratch. So listen, this episode is no joke. Welcome to Daily Decisions, helping you to dominate one day at a time. Let's go. Cool, so I'm here with Lamar Tyler, co-founder of Traffic Sales and Profit. My brother, thank you so much for your presentation today at UK Black Business Show. So let's start off with just telling people a little bit about who you are, what you do.
Sure, my name is Lamar Tyler again. We run a community of over 50,000 entrepreneurs, black entrepreneurs, primarily in the US. We help them grow and scale to 6, 7, and 8-figure businesses using their talents, their gifts, and the businesses that they own and operate.
That's fantastic, and thank you for sharing that. So, obviously we're aware that Traffic Sales and Profit has gone from being a physical event, well obviously there's the whole brand, but a physical event mainly in the US. You've now taken it to Accra in Ghana, you're here today in London. Tell us a bit about some of your decision making that's allowed you to go international.
Yeah, it's great. I was just on the stage. One of the things I was talking about is the first step to wanting to be a global company is making a decision to be a global company.
Of course.
Right? I can't do anything that I want to do without first making a decision to move in that direction. And one of the things I share from the stage is too many people just have a failure to actually make a decision. One of my clients, Dr. Geoffrey Mount Garner, is an emergency room doctor, and he talked about a few things. Number one, decision fatigue, where people just drag out decisions and don't make decisions. Something else he talked about is that no decision is a decision, right? And that's a decision for no. And delayed decisions are a decision for no. So how can we just make more decisive decisions, get to where we need to get to, and then make it happen without overthinking the process?
One of the things that I've learned and I believe in wholeheartedly, great leaders make decisions quickly and change their mind slowly.
Definitely so.
Based on having that ability to commit to their decisions. So thank you.
I'll tell you this, one of the things that I learned is that the majority of decisions I make don't matter. Now, when I say that, what I'm talking about is this, because we're like, hold up, it does matter. Like day to day in my company, my employees will ask me about this, that, and this, and that. And if they ask me on different days, I might even give different answers. Because there's very few decisions we make. Like Jeff Bezos calls them one-way doors, like things that you do that are irreversible. I can say, hey, we're going to do this launch and not this launch in the company. And if I pick one that doesn't work, we just do a different launch the next month, right? So as we grow in businesses, the business gets bigger and it's more decisions to make, I realize that most things don't really have a huge bearing, right? I just want to focus, something called Pareto principle, right? Pareto principle is the law of a vital few, or they call it 80-20 rule. 20% of our decisions are responsible for 80% of our outcomes. 20% of our actions are responsible for 80% of results. 20% of our clients, even in the business, are responsible for 80% of our revenue if we had a business position correctly. So it's my job to figure out what are the 20% of decisions that are the most important, and the other 80% I don't even want to make. Let me leave that to the team and delegate that to somebody else and make those decisions.
This is so powerful, honestly. So just to finish then, going forward, next 12 months, let's say, what's a decision that you're making or have made in order to take you on a new trajectory or to achieve a new goal?
Sure. Our decision is like literally to expand and do more global outreach. I came to this event for the first time 3 years ago, and it totally changed everything in our business, and this is how. When I came, our mission statement, our vision, everything we said, our marketing materials are all around helping African American entrepreneurs.
Right.
The first time I came to the stage, I realized there were entrepreneurs here that needed what I had just as bad, if not more, than the ones I was serving in the U.S. We went back and changed every piece of literature we had from African American to Black. We want to touch people all across diaspora. So it started here in London, then it went to Ghana. We're exploring other countries to move into inside of Africa. But I'm meeting so many people here, people like yourself, where your voice is needed around the world. To get there, first step, I'll start with a decision.
Love it. Appreciate you, brother.
Perfect.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
Lamar Tyler. The fact that we got access to not only his session at the event for such a low price, and then had that time with him, and I actually had a bit of time with him before the event, before the video, and before his session, and then after, madness. But listen, this guy's talking real facts. Why do you think that the problem you're solving is one that only people in your geography are facing? Other people who may have shared experiences based on identity, based on class, whatever it may be, are having similar challenges, and you could be solving a problem for them and you don't even realize. And so as a result, you need to think differently and think bigger. He was just thinking that his market was the African American marketplace. As soon as he came to London, he realized, oh, it's black people more broadly. I need to get to work. So he evolved the whole literature on his website, in all of his documentation, to reflect the fact that he had other people he could help and support.
Who do we have here with us right now?
My name's Morley, I'm the Chief Operations Officer at North Carolina Medical Center. Hello.
Amazing, hello, thank you for being on Daily Decisions. I just want to ask, what is one decision that you've made over the past 12 months that you feel like has helped you progress?
Okay, so backstory. I used to drive a BMW, yeah?
Okay.
And my sister and I were talking about Mercedes versus BMW. And she said, I don't have the lights on my car when I open the door, so I'm not a bad girl.
Oh.
And I told her, listen, I'm the original bad girl. Don't play with me. And then I was like, do you know what? Maybe she forgot. Maybe I'm not letting everybody know that I'm actually the original bad girl. So I decided I need to be on point for everything. So imposter syndrome that I was suffering with a little bit, I had to kick it to the side. Like how I presented myself to the world, I was like, let's go, let's do this. So that's my decision, and I'm here today.
So did you get a new car?
Yeah,
is that what you're trying to say?
I got a Tesla now, so you know. I got a Tesla now.
Oh, okay, so that's big. I had to have that girl energy.
Yeah, but don't get it twisted. BMW is still top tier. Don't get it twisted, yeah? Okay, cool.
No, but I love that. The fact that the way that you present yourself inside and you're bringing that to the world, it's like they have to treat you now like that bad girl because you've already accepted that for yourself.
100%.
I love that.
You've got to kick imposter syndrome to the sides and know who you are. So,
I love that. Okay. So then what's one decision that you're going to make in the next 12 months that you feel like is going to help you progress even further?
So, again, knowing who I am, I've got so much to give the world. So I created a newsletter called Work Wealth Womanhood. And that's on Substack, so you can check it out, where I talk about different things of today, different things from the past, to develop yourself as a woman. Like, of course, we wear many, many hats, mothers, sisters, aunties, COO, cousin, I don't know, everything, right? So that's what my newsletter is all about.
I love that for you, man. So I'm going to subscribe to that. So you're going to, I'm going to Substack, yeah? Substack, guys.
Substack. And you know what? If you want to add this into the edit, put the QR code on the screen right here. And then everyone can connect. Right here.
Well, thank you very much.
No worries.
Thank you.
I met Morley maybe a year ago, I want to say. I don't even want to go into details about certain things that she shared on that day, but all I want to say is, in relation to what you just saw on video, Morley is a G. Do you know why? Because some people find it really challenging to be open and honest about the experiences that they're having as a new mother trying to navigate being a professional, being someone with responsibility and new responsibilities, staying on top of finances, all of that, you know, like to keep it all the way real and transparent. These are the kinds of things that me and my partner talk about a lot, you know, and she's been able to be really honest with me about how much challenges that proposes and what she's having to navigate mentally and emotionally around that. And so I know it's not easy at all. So I respect Morley choosing to channel her focus and energy into the Substack, the blog, to really let us into her life in that way and allow other women, but to be honest, men as well, to understand what that looks like, what she's learning, what she's doing, what's working, what's not. So yo, big conversation. But let's dive into some more, man, because trust me, there's some gems to be shared. I'm with the man himself, Mahari, do you get what I'm saying? Right now he's representing the CCC Awards. Tell them what the CCC stands for, bro.
So yes, big up everybody. My name is Mahari Hay, co-founder and CEO of the CCC Awards. So this platform has been created to celebrate unsung heroes of all communities. It's all about those that are doing so much behind the scenes, and we celebrate them, amplify their story, and give them their flowers when they're still here. Not when they passed away, when they're still here.
That's what it's all about, man. So tell us then, obviously 20-year finance career, but what's one thing you've learned since starting the CCC Awards, bro?
What it is, I think being an entrepreneur, graft is key. But also the power that you have to utilize the experience that you have in other areas where you might be great, bring that into the entrepreneurial journey, and especially the relationships that you have. Because what I've noticed is a lot of people want to be the first self-made millionaire, or the first this and the first that. You can't go at this alone. Link up, never be afraid to ask for help, and just ask for people who may be further down in their entrepreneurial journey to say, I'm looking at doing this, how do I go about doing that? And what I've also learned is not everybody will help, but don't take that as a deterrent. Turn those no's and use that as fuel to keep pushing to show them.
And then just one more thing for me, why this? Why did you choose to create an award ceremony that celebrates people from the community like this?
Because I think about the journey that I've been on.
Right.
And I think about the people that have helped me on that journey.
Yeah.
And sometimes people are always like, Mahari, you've done this, you've done that. I said, no, bro, it's not about me. I couldn't have done this if it wasn't for people like Lewis, if it wasn't for people like the missus. I want to celebrate those people that behind the scenes that contribute to everything that I'm trying to do. They deserve their flowers.
And so where can people find the CCC Awards? What can they do to support it? What should they do in the run-up to March?
So absolutely. So first of all, you can find me on Instagram at Mr. Mahari Hay. Also, the CCC Awards is at the CCC Awards. And what I would say to support it is to follow the channel, follow the latest updates, as tickets will be going on sale soon. We're talking in about 2-3 weeks. This is the hottest room to be in. We have senior leaders, corporate influencers, decision makers in this room on this night. And if you're not there, you're missing out.
That's it, man. Let's go. CCC Awards, Mahari, connect up. Let's go.
Who are we here with today? And can you tell us a little bit what you do?
So I'm a senior manager, and basically what my team does is how we promote our mobile app to our customers and colleagues.
Love that. So for you, Sinead, what is one daily decision that you feel like you made to allow you to progress in your career and be in the type of space that you're in right now?
My daily decision is to just keep on going. Like, no matter what happened the day before, the next day is a new day. Just keep on going and pushing forward, and that's my daily decision.
How do you feel like you have progressed in your career? To say like a year ago, 2 years ago?
Oh, so much has happened in the past, like I'd say 12 to 18 months. Like I started off with not really knowing what I wanted to do, to now being in a team that's fulfilling, I'm being challenged, I'm growing as a leader. So yeah, a lot has changed in the past 12 to 18 months.
When you say you feel like it's fulfilling for you, where does a lot of that fulfillment come from? Like, what do you do in your career that helps you feel fulfilled?
I think for me it's about the impact that I can make, and whether that impact is with the people that work in my team or like the customers that we serve, that's really fulfilling to see like the work that you do day in, day out, and then seeing the impact that can make on others.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And where can we find you?
You can find me on LinkedIn. My name is Sinead Humes. And you can also find me on Instagram. I'm at The Corporate Mum, where I share my journey of being a mum in the corporate field and just sharing how the journey's going and how it's going. So yeah, thank you.
So guys, that was Sinead. And I'm not gonna lie, this is my first time ever meeting Sinead. But how I came across Sinead or came to know Sinead
was me and Lewis were actually running a Sprint to Success session, and on that Monday we were teaching the young people about personal branding and the importance of putting what you do out on social media, i.e. LinkedIn, so that people who are, you know, of the same ilk, who are interested in the same things as you, are able to connect, right? And funnily enough, Lewis pulled up like an example of someone having a good LinkedIn profile, and the first person that came up on that feed was actually Shanae, right? She had, I can't even remember to the T exactly what her post said, but it was a picture of her and her son, and it was talking about, you know, the changes that she'd made at work and how she's feeling fulfilled now, and essentially how her career has progressed over the last 12 to 18 months, right? So funnily enough, when we bumped into her at UK Black Business Week, it was amazing to see how those decisions, right, the decisions that she made in terms of keeping going, not actually knowing what she wanted to do, but then the opportunity presented itself because she was willing to put herself out there, right? And same goes for the fact that, you know, she understands that fulfillment comes from serving people, and fulfillment comes from serving people. And there's something that Lewis always says, and it's a, you know, more or less a quote to live by, but you become valuable when you serve others. When you're actually making an impact and you are serving others, not only are you helping them, but you feel that fulfillment inside from, you know, what you're doing to actually serve them and serve your community. So big up Shanae, man.
So I'm here at UK Black Business Show 2025, and I'm with my good friend Kalia. Yeah, Kalia's in the building. You get what I'm saying? So Kalia, tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do as a starting point.
Cool. So I'm Kalia Esme, and I'm one of the social sustainability directors in the business and commercial bank at Lloyds. What does that mean? I'm sure you're wondering. So basically, I look after all of the accelerator programs, visibility initiatives, pitch events, etc. All of the capacity building initiatives that we have for Black-owned businesses, women-owned businesses, and disabled-owned businesses. And then I also look after how we're engaging with those communities as well. But I also have another hat. I'm the founder of a business called Jammy, which is a loyalty and discovery platform for Black-owned businesses that I've been running since 2016.
Listen, let me tell you something about Jammy, yeah? I think from the day Jammy started, I've been a member, and I stay being a member. And listen, there's not one person in my life who's not got a gift from me from the Jammy platform. That's all I do is use it. But anyway, with that being said, Kalia, I want to know, what's a decision you made in the last 12 months that you think's helped to put you on a positive trajectory?
Okay, so really great question. So I was thinking about this, and it's going to sound a little bit silly, but one of the decisions I made was to invest more in how I look. So my clothes, my nails, my hair, beauty, etc. The reason being because I realised that actually how I present myself to the world makes such a big difference to how I feel about myself on the inside. So now I'm a director in a bank. That was something that only happened a few months ago, but it's actually leveled up my mindset to when I dress like I'm a director in a bank, I feel like I'm a director in a bank. And it's really helped with the way that I feel about myself, about the decisions that I make. And there's more things that I'm looking to do in that direction as well. So it sounds surface level, but actually it's made a real big difference to how I felt about myself.
But it's not surface, because clearly it's having an impact, so that's amazing.
Yeah.
So final question then, what's the decision you're making today to kind of continue the level up over the next 12 months?
So again, it might sound silly, but the decision that I'm making today for the next year is to remember constantly that it's never that deep. It's never that deep. Life is going to keep coming at you all the time. Sometimes you just have to realise, because that's always going to happen, you need to just detach slightly. You can't get yourself to be so emotionally attached to every little thing that's coming your way, every stress, because every day is going to be a new stress. It's never that deep. Handle what you can handle, what you can't, get to the next day, and that's it.
Love it. And where can people find you? Where can they connect with you? LinkedIn or what's best for you?
LinkedIn, Instagram, they're my most prominent platforms. Kalia is main on both of them, and that's it.
Much love. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Here with my guy, Coyote. Come on, man. The one and only Coyote Damali. So, first of all, bro, let's just tell people quickly who you are, what you do.
My name's Caird Marley, I'm a mother and a son, and I do a lot, I'll be real, I do a lot at the minute. Specifically when I touch on a marathon, because this is what I'm very passionate about at the minute.
Alright, so I'm going to ask you the question, and I'm sure you're going to talk about the marathon as you rightly said. What's something that you've done, a decision you've made in the last 12 months that has helped you to feel more fulfilled or move you forward in some way?
The decision I made in the last 12 months to make me feel more fulfilled is to be more disciplined with myself in every aspect of my life, whether that's relationally, in terms of not just in terms of women or family, relationship, friendship, everything, be more disciplined in terms of what's best for myself rather than putting other people first, which I've done badly in the past. That's one thing I'm doing, definitely having a better relationship with myself.
I love that. And so then talk to me about how that led to you doing a marathon, bro.
And the thing is with a marathon, the importance of it, it's not for me necessarily about completing a marathon, it's who you become on a journey to it.
Yeah.
So whether that's a 12-week block, a 16-week block, 20-week block, 24-week block, the discipline you have to do to commit to doing that, it changes you as a person, do you know what I mean? So people say that when it comes to running a marathon, that's just the icing on the cake. The real benefit is what you did in the 12, 13, 16 weeks up to that, so that's what it's mainly being about for me.
So then with that in mind, it could be related to the marathon or beyond. What's something you want to do in the next 12 months? That's maybe a goal, something that you're working towards, or maybe an adjustment you're looking to make in life.
In the next 12 months, definitely, I've got another marathon, I've got the London one, so I need to make a venture for this. I did 3 hours 36, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, 3 hours 36. And I need to get closer to 3 or below, so I'm definitely pushing myself to be better than marathon. And yeah, like I said, it's been discipline for me, I got moved into a new office and just been more of a professional where I can,
I love that, bro. Much love, bro. You know what I found interesting about Kalia and Coyote's insights, right, is they did things that were seemingly unrelated to business or career, yet they're saying it's having a knock-on effect. Like Coyote said, I decided to run a marathon. Now bear in mind, Coyote's got a couple of different businesses or business ventures, and it's been in business for going on 15 years maybe, I don't know. But anyway, he has said that the marathon was the most challenging thing he ever did, and it has stretched his mind as to the realms of possibility. Then you've got Kalia, who said, I chose to make a change and an adjustment aesthetically, buying different clothes, making that adjustment in terms of how she shows up in different environments so that she can feel good as a result of the fact that she feels that she looks good. And just what that's doing for her mentally, she's starting to develop a different self-concept, a different reality around who she is, the type of woman she is. I ran into her a couple of weeks ago at another event, and she said something in passing that makes me realize why she would have shared what she shared in the video you just saw. She said, I'm a corporate girlie now. She comes from being straight entrepreneur, and she still is an entrepreneur, but she's also embraced the fact that she's been given this new responsibility and opportunity through her corporate role that she's running alongside her business, and gone, right, how do I show up differently to reflect that? Powerful. What can you learn from that? What can you do about that? Well, who am I standing next to?
Hi, my name is Joy Abodemi. I'm the style director of Potential You, a fabulous style and image consultancy.
And I met Joy in March of this year at the Founders Dinner, and I was blown away by the work that Joy does. Like, first of all, Joy lives her brand. Just look at her. Just look at her. Do you get what I'm saying? Style on deck at all times. You get what I'm saying? But anyway, so Joy, a decision you made in the last 12 months that you think has either made you feel more fulfilled or maybe helped you to move forwards in business?
Okay, what I would say is in 2022 I wanted to start teaching, so this year I launched my own style academy.
Nice.
Where I will train aspiring personal stylists, and that's given me great fulfillment. And in the words of the late great Maya Angelou, when you learn, you should teach. And I've been in business for 17 years, so I launched my style academy this spring, and it's been really great to teach and to give back. I love it.
Well, congratulations to you on launching the Style Academy. That is amazing. And what's something that you're going to be doing maybe differently in work or life over the next 12 months to help you to move forward?
I think what I want to do is to employ more staff.
Okay.
I'm a bit of a perfectionist. To employ more staff and to be able to just relinquish some responsibility.
I like that.
I think that's very important, and I'm doing that, but I want to do that more going forward.
Of course. That's amazing. And where can people find you? How can they connect? How can they access your services?
Yes, so if you want help with your styling, Potential You Stylist. If you want to teach and you want to learn as a stylist, Potential You Style Academy. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Thank you for your time. We appreciate it.
No, I genuinely thought that was such a great interview. Reason being, this woman here reminds me of a book I read not too long ago called I Am My Personal Brand, right? I am my personal brand in terms of she is teaching people how to learn how to style others, right? But look at her, she looks amazing. She's wearing her fluorescent orange jacket, her gold earrings, right? She looks the part. She is literally embodying her personal brand, right? And that's what I love. That's what I love to teach all of our young people that we have on Sprint to Success as well, because why not? If you're gonna preach something, you should walk the talk, right? Do you know what I mean? But even separately to that, the fact that she says she wants to, relinquish responsibility in terms of being able to grow and being able to scale, I think that's so powerful, and it's not something that's talked about enough, because certain people build for a period of their life, and they don't actually know how to let go of their baby. Do you know what I mean? It's like having a child, and you nurture your child in the younger stages of their life, and then you have to let that child grow up and go off and do certain things that you don't really have that much control over anymore, right? And that's scary. But she's taken a scary step to be able to be like, you know what, I really want to grow this, and I really want to see where this goes, right? I want to see the potential, pun intended, of where said thing can go. So I feel like that was really, really powerful, and girls, you can learn a lot from her.
Hi, I'm Tanya. My pronouns are she and her, and I work for IKEA.
Amazing. What do you do at IKEA?
I'm currently the global ED&I leader, and that stands for Equality, Diversity and Inclusion.
Amazing. Okay, so thank you, Tanya, and I just want to ask you, what decision do you feel like you've made in your personal or professional life that has allowed you to progress in your life?
Let's start professional. So I've been with IKEA for 22 years. I've done 14 roles.
Wow.
In that time frame.
A lot of different experience.
Lots of experience. And I think for me, the decision that has helped me get where I am is just saying yes to opportunity.
Like this.
Like
saying yes.
You asked me 2 minutes ago to talk about my journey. And then not always knowing what I'm stepping into in terms of the area of the business. But I think having like an open mind, like just to learn and just to be curious. And I spoke before about like the beauty of being aspirant again. Like how nice is it that you don't know everything and you can learn something new every day.
Okay, so what about in your personal life? Is there any endeavours that you've had?
This is a big one for me actually.
Thanks for sharing.
I'm actually making a move to the Netherlands.
Wow. Why there?
Well, as part of my new role as global ED&I leader, you get a choice between Sweden and the Netherlands.
Also, you're moving as part of your job. As well as you're just making a life change.
Like with my 7-year-old daughter.
Oh wow! So you're bringing her along.
Of course.
I can't leave her at home. You're not going to leave her at home, but it's just like
what type of parent would I be?
No, I know, but it was just like in my mind, well, you're moving your whole life to the Netherlands. I love that for you. How do you feel about that?
I feel excited. Yeah, I feel it's time.
It is time. Everyone's leaving the UK. And is it just you and your daughter that are going?
Yeah, just the two of us.
Amazing.
And we're going to Rotterdam. And I love it there. It's got a real kind of sense of culture. There's lots of different diverse communities.
Enjoy, man. Enjoy. You're going to have to FaceTime me from over there. Show me what I'm missing. But yeah, thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
So Tanya, another great interview. Personally, this interview of Tanya got me really thinking about something that I'd heard in a previous session in the Bola Soul Show. She had a segment there talking about the Great Escape, why is everyone leaving the UK? And first and foremost, aside from, cost of living prices, the economy, just, the environment here in general, it's good to get out of the city or the town that you grew up in your whole life and experience something different. Experience, the type of living in, Rotterdam, in Tanya's case, Florida, somewhere here, somewhere hot, somewhere cold, wherever you want to go, right? Because that's the flavor of life, to be able to enjoy. And considering the fact, not only is she bringing her daughter and allowing her daughter to experience, a new way of living, she's also been in 14 roles, right? So certain people think, if you've been in a company for a long time, that's a bad thing. No, you can be in a company for a long time and gain so much skills and expertise by just pivoting in what you do, right? So she now probably has skills in customer service. She probably has skills in finance or HR or, I'm not too sure of the many different roles that she's been in, but that experience that you get in one place, especially a company as big as IKEA, allows you to have a whole rounded view of what it takes to, you know, run a business, to sustain a business, to make a business successful, right? And I think that's really powerful to have, and I feel like I'm just so excited to see what Rotterdam brings her and the opportunities it brings her.
So I'm Titi, I am an ESG consultant, and I also have an Afro Wellness brand that innovates products for black and brown women, curly head women, really trying to break into what is very toxic wellness industry when it comes to that.
Ooh, I love that. Okay, cool. So Titi, one question for you.
Yeah.
Tell me something that you've done, a decision you've made in the last 12 months that you think has helped you to move forwards in business or career, or even just make you feel more fulfilled.
Yeah, it's a good question. I think it's betting on myself. I think over the last 7 to 8 years, I've predominantly been working for other brands and other corporations and other banks. And so I've kind of gotten to a space where I have decided that, you know, I have my worth and my ilk, and I have been able to acquire a lot of professional experience. And so I'm now in a space where I'm betting on myself, and I'm going to kind of galvanize those learnings to actually do things on my own and to contract and to consult, and being a lot more audacious in my activity and really just owning those spaces with confidence. And so I think in answer to your question, it's just really believing in my source and understanding that I can navigate those spaces because I have the credentials for it. And so I'd say that not necessarily in the last 12 months, but I'm a lot more intentional about that now.
All right, listen, I learned in the last 12 months what this means, so I'm going to do that based on that. I didn't know what this was before, but I've learned what that is, and I want to do that for this. But anyway, so the final question then. Given that adjustment that you've made, and maybe you want to talk about this in the context of your Afro Wellness brand, but what is something that you're working towards in the next 12 months?
I think I'm very cognizant of the fact that the UK is just an island, and because my products are specifically catered towards Afro curly haired, black and brown women, my margins are smaller by way of the population in the UK. Main population is 4%. And so I'm really ideating around scaling to the US because their total addressable market is so much more huge. And I was at the talk by Remy, who runs Alunoco, and other entrepreneurs, Olamide, who has Topicals, and I'm just like, yeah, it's time to step out of this comfort zone and really make mega impact internationally.
Come on, and so where can people find you?
Okay, so you can find me on www.yeyemi.co.uk. That is www.yeyemi.co.uk.
Love it. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
And all the best.
All the best to you too.
Jeez, listen. Titi said I have to bet on myself, you know. She said I've done the work, building these other corporations, helping them with ESG strategy, you know what I'm saying? Helping them to think about all the ways in which they can be more sustainable, be more effective, make more of a positive impact, you know, ensure that they're serving society and people better. What am I doing to serve myself better? You know, the way I'm betting on them to go about implementing the strategies that I'm putting in place, have I bet on myself to implement my own strategies to build my businesses accordingly? Similarly, just to personally brand myself in a different way to open up the door for more opportunity and show people just how significant the contributions that I make to companies are through my service and services. Come on guys, man, we've got to start to see ourselves differently and understand that we don't have a job role. We don't have a job role. Your job title is not just a thing. Your job title and your job role is indicative of the value that you can add, assuming that you do it to a high level, assuming that you take it seriously, assuming that you apply yourself, assuming that you intend to go above and beyond. So if that becomes indicative of the value you can add, then you need to understand that that value can be added in a range of places, and therefore you need to start to see yourself as valuable to a range of different clientele. And I am with my sis, Lorraine, OG, that's what it is. So Lorraine, start off by telling the people who you are and what you do.
My name's Lorraine O'Garrow. I'm a children's author, a fitness influencer.
As far as I'm concerned.
As far as Lewis is concerned. And I also work in finance.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? Lorraine's winning on all fronts. So Lorraine, what is the decision you made in the last 12 months that you think has put you on a positive trajectory?
So I decided to lock in. 2025, it's been a tough year, can't lie. Started off a bit rough. And I said, what am I going to do to pull it back? So in September, under the banner of the Great Lock-In, but also under the banner of my own thing, Locked In with Loz, I said I'm locking in. So I said, look at the different areas of my life and what do I want to do to level up? What do I want to do to lock in and level up? So
Fitness, how am I going to elevate? Nutrition, what changes do I need to make there? And just my general home space, organising my space, my mind, my environment, and then also looking at what business decisions I'm making across the board and how I can level up there.
I love that. And so then, for the next 12 months, what's the decision you're making now that you think is going to continue you on a positive trajectory, or maybe even help you to accelerate on a positive trajectory in the next 12 months?
Do you know what? It was last week. You invited me to the founders dinner.
What a day.
Be the Boss. Be the Boss?
Be the Boss International.
Be the Boss International.
Shout out Daniela. Shout out
Daniela, and don't forget the international. So that was a special dinner. There were about 20 of us, 20 entrepreneurs in a beautiful space, so beautifully curated. And I sat there and had some wonderful conversations. And when I came away, I thought, it's time. My children's brand has been quiet for at least a year, if not a bit more than that. And it's time to reignite it. So the decision I made last week was, it's time to bring that back. And so 2026, I'll be back. Bella and Logan series will be back.
So listen, everybody, Instagram, Bella and Logan series, you get what I'm saying? You're not on TikTok yet?
They are, but...
They are on TikTok. Okay, well listen, Bella and Logan series on TikTok as well, do you get what I'm trying to say? And if you want to follow Lorraine and also obviously her fitness journey as well, where can they find you on Instagram? XX_ Simply Lorraine _XX. Something like that. Do you get what I'm saying? We're gonna put Simply Lorraine and it's housed by XX_. Do you get what I'm saying? Bookending it and that. So yeah, love people. Now let's talk what Lorraine was talking about. Lorraine said that in her case, she got a spark of inspiration that reminded her, basically the way I took it is, it reminded her of her source. It reminded her of the value that she brings to people's lives as a children author specifically. So she's talking about, you know, the energy, the joy that she brings to families, that she brings to young people and children, but she herself, not to say that she forgot, but she needed something to reignite that. When you talk about the reignition of that energy and that belief, it makes us aware that, you know, it can drift and it can wane, but I think it allows us to ask a different question, which is, how do we ensure that it doesn't drift, that it doesn't fade, that it doesn't wane in that way? What can we do on a consistent basis to ensure that we remember the amount of creativity we have, value we add, greatness within us, you know, the quality of our outputs, in her case physical products, i.e. books, so that actually we're able to consistently work at it and not have times where we're sometimes on it, sometimes we're not, all of that. Nah, man. We want to be in a position where we're consistent at all times, as often as possible. I'm here with my brother, Matthew Caird. Matthew, how are you, my bro?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm great. I'm here, bro. It's active, good energy. I'm here with you. That's the main thing. So, let's start off by telling people a little bit about what you do.
Hey, so what I do, I'm an engineering manager at the BBC, which is a mini head of software engineering. But also what I do motivational speaking and talk about resilience and all the components that helps you unlock your full potential, and that's what I do because I did it myself, and I'm releasing my new framework called Escape Velocity.
Love that, and I want to talk more about Escape Velocity in just a second.
Yeah.
So you said that you have obviously taken the phenomenal work you're doing in your day-to-day, but you've allowed yourself to unlock resilience. So what was maybe a decision that you made in the last couple of years that you think really helped you put you on this upward trajectory?
So some of the decisions that I made, like I have a saying, say yes more than you say no. And then if people are around you are making you say no, you might need to change your friendship circle. That's one of my things that I say. So I've just been trying to say yes and doing more things. Yes to interviews, yes to networking, yes to talking to people, putting myself into uncomfortable positions. You know Les Brown,
yes.
Right? He said, if you do what is easy, your life will be hard. But if you do what is hard, your life will be easy.
That's it, man. Yeah. This is powerful stuff. This is what we need to know, and I think it's clear that by you doing that, you know, we're seeing you getting more speaking engagements. We're seeing your profile being raised. You know, I go into places and I say your name. Oh yeah, Matthew. Do you know what I mean? So it's clear that that's working, bro. So well done, man. So then, looking forwards, next 12 months, and maybe you want to talk a bit about Escape Velocity within this, and I'm sure people could benefit as well as people might go and sort of tap into sort of the services you might be offering. But yeah, next 12 months, what's the decision you're making?
So for this 12 months, right? One of the things I said is that I'm going to do a talk every month. Now I haven't finished it completely, but I'm there. I've done about 10, right? So the next 12 months is definitely launching Escape Velocity properly, making sure that making sure that the awareness is out there and everybody's aware of it, right? So Escape Velocity is the speed that it takes for you to break free from gravity. So like, you know, when rockets go up, they have to reach escape velocity to break through the gravity to go into outer space. And that's what it's all about. But the escape stands for...
No word of a lie, Matthew just dropped some game on us, and there isn't even too much for me to say in response to that, because he literally speaks for himself when he says, if you do what is easy, your life will be hard, and if you do what is hard, your life will be easy. That is a bar, because so many people are living their lives choosing the easy option, doing what is comfortable in the moment, doing what is, you know, forecasted for, I don't know, the next month or the next 2 months, but they're not thinking about what they need to do to be in a better position in 2 years or 5 years, or thinking about what they even need to do next year, right? That long-term vision, and in being able to have delayed gratification, right, to be resilient even when it's hard, to be in a position where you even have that muscle built up to be resilient and to, you know, to bounce back from certain things. That's very powerful, and I'm glad that Matthew's speaking on that, because I feel like a lot of us will be able to relate to being in that situation. So big up you, Matthew.
E stands for energy, S stands for social support, C stands for confidence, A stands for adaptability, P stands for purposefulness, and E stands for emotional intelligence. And my platform is going to teach you on how to do all of those and unlock them. And that's really, you know, so like for instance, energy is the key. Energy is the foundation of everything that you need, right? But like, as you know, a power plant doesn't have energy, it generates energy, right? So how do you do that? You've got to go to a second level, you've got to go to the underneath level. So it's about eating right, it's about having purpose. So like purposefulness is, all of those things kind of go into each other, they kind of flow into each other. So like, for example, you know the one that I've got, like, part of purposeness is passion. Passion is the antidote to self-doubt. So as soon as you have that passion, like my passion is to change the world. I don't know if I'm doing that right now. Someone may watch this, someone may watch what you're doing, and then spark them to go on to change the world. So my passion is to change the world. So I haven't got time to be scared. I'm just going to keep going and keep going. So that's a part of energy. Another part of energy, tell me when to stop right now.
Nah, keep going, bro.
So another part of energy for me is momentum. Momentum is key, and I keep talking about this. My staff, anybody who would listen. Imagine a boulder on a flat surface. It's going to be hard to move, right? It's going to be hard to move. But imagine that boulder rolling down a hill. You can't stop it. And that's me. You can't stop me. You know, like how Eric Thomas says, you can't contain this energy. You can't contain it. And that's what we're going to do. So escape velocity. Yeah?
I love it, my brother. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you, bro. I'm here with Yvette Ankara. I'm excited because Yvette I've met twice, yeah, at the Founders Dinner. And Yvette is kicking game, and I'm excited because I'm hoping that we can make it work. I'm going to be able to work with Yvette in some way going forwards through Triumph. But anyway, Yvette, question for you. What is one decision you've made in the last 12 months that you think has helped you to feel more fulfilled or move forward?
To really take care of my physical health, because I'm good at everything else, and I'm not a gym person, never have been, but I had surgery just before Christmas, and I made a decision that I need to make changes. So I've lost a stone.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you. And I've also just completely revitalised my eating, my exercise regime, and I tell you, it makes such a difference.
Of course it does.
And as you get older, you need to kind of think about these things. But I've always kind of was okay with health, but now I've really ramped it up. And that's made a massive difference.
Big respect, big respect. So one final thing to finish. We hope that a lot of young people tend to watch our content.
Yep.
And that's what we're kind of targeting. Just give some advice for a young person that you think might be at the start of their career journey, start of a business journey. One piece of advice.
Be passionate.
Love that.
Right? Whatever you do, be passionate about it, because I know you're young, but life is actually quite short. And this time, find something that you are passionate about that makes you want to get out of your bed every day, and it won't feel like work. It really won't.
I love that. Guys, listen, find Yvette on all platforms you can find her on. Is there anywhere in particular you want people to follow, engage?
Instagram and LinkedIn are my main platforms.
Love that. Okay. Find Yvette on Instagram and LinkedIn and take into everything that she's doing. Much love, peeps.
Again, such a powerful interview from a vet, and I feel like why this interview was really powerful is because holistic health is often overlooked when people are living busy lifestyles, especially entrepreneurs. When entrepreneurs are living busy lifestyles, you know, the most successful ones do tend to focus on their health, but there are certain things in terms of, you know, making sure it doesn't feel like work and how that contributes to your overall health, right? Because I know certain people in my life who have, you know, worked themselves to the bone in order to provide and make a living for their family, and they've neglected their health in a way where they're not necessarily thinking about the amount of sleep they're getting, where they're not thinking about, you know, the tiny little bits of movement that they could be incorporating into their routine, where they're not thinking about certain herbs or certain teas and certain things that they could be drinking in order to improve their mood. And as a result, later down the line, they've neglected these things and ended up with things like autoimmune disease, or ended up with things like, I don't know, illnesses or cancers and stuff, because they are failing to recognize they are failing to recognize the importance of the body, the mind and the spirit all working together. Because, you know, guys, we keep it real on this channel, the body, the mind and the spirit, if they are not, you know, working together in some sort of synergy, how do you expect anything to thrive, right? How do you expect your business or your actual self as a human being to thrive if you're not in the right environment, if you're not giving it the minerals, if you're not giving it the nutrients that it needs to survive? Come on, guys, we've got to take our health seriously. Health is a real wealth, and even if you have wealth and you don't have the health to enjoy it, it's not going to be enjoyable for you. So make sure you're putting that first. I'm so glad we ended on this because yeah, I just think that was a powerful message to hit home with. That being said, guys, that brings us to the end of today's episode, and I can't lie, I enjoyed this one. I thoroughly enjoyed this one. I enjoyed creating it, I enjoyed editing it, I enjoyed interviewing people, I enjoyed being part of the conversation, I enjoyed UK Black Business Show so thoroughly, right? And I feel like it is an initiative and something that is something so powerful that more people need to be involved in, more people need to take inspiration from, more people need to be a part of, right? Because these connections, especially within the Black community, are so powerful. And as Black people, we are so powerful. We are so powerful, and to see all of that power standing in a room and being boldly recognized is something that I can't even explain. You just had to be there. And with that being said, guys, I'll catch you in the next episode.